digital metallic texture, curvature and dynamics of a metallic body. My main coloring program is Corel Painter. The brushes I will use are Mona Lisa brush, soft bristol, and round oil pastel. However, there are similar brushes in other programs. What are we going to cover in this lesson? How curvature and dynamics of a metallic body can change the metallic surface. Dynamic curves include scaly, bumpy and curvy, spikes and wedges, joints and elbows, smooth and fluid. We'll start off with scaly. Here we have a scaly tail. Metallic scales along the body are grouped together and shine as a whole. Each one will continue the same metallic pattern that is on part of the tail. When scales curve around the tail, it takes part of the reflection with it and bends it into place. How can I make them? Start with a dark gray color. You can plan the light and shade to bend with the curves. Make sure to map out the scales along the body with curves and crossing X patterns. Add extra dark shading into the lower areas to help make the brighter and higher areas stand out. Joints and elbows. What are they like? Joints on a body are like rounded wedges. Joints can be elbows, knees, and even finger joints. They can be twisted and bent in ways that the curvature has a real dynamic feel of moving. How can I make them? Shade along the edges normally. You can add darker shading in the areas with tighter curves. Brighter highlights on top will help as well. Spikes and wedges. Spiky points on a metallic surface will appear similar to a pinched point. They can also be like claws, tips of scales, dragon fin tips, or even horns. Points on this metallic surface form into a single point as it gets smaller, creating sharp curves. How can I make them? First, start off with a spike or a triangle shape. Shade the outer edges of it while leaving the middle section open. You can apply midtones and highlights the closer you get to the center of it. When coloring near the thinnest tip, you can see how the thin colors are appearing. Make sure to highlight the center and tip very brightly. Everything along the curved wedge will flow along with it. If you stretch out a curved wedge and turn it into a tail, it has the same natural flow. Adding a scale pattern makes intricate details along the tail. Scaly curvatures flow throughout the tail, reflecting everything around it. Smooth and fluid. Smooth curves give out a flowing fluidity, almost like water. Smooth and fluid metallic objects appear like liquid metal, giving them organic curves. This will probably be the most complicated metallic object curves to create. You can shade liquid metal similar to shading a blob. Find the flattest surface and add dark shading. Apply midtones on the surfaces that are more rounded. Highlights are added in the middle of the blob-like edges. Just imagine how shading something melted would look. Bumpy and curvy. Bumpy metallic areas are similar to domes. Domes can also be a chest or a shoulder or other parts of a metallic curve. These types of areas will reflect everything around it and even warp it into a dome shape. You can start off with a basic dome shape and add shading along the edges. Fill in the center with midtones, and at the highest point you can add a small highlight.